All right, welcome to The Explainer. I'll be your head coach for today, and listen, we've got some absolutely crucial game tape to look at. Let's be real for a second. The Cambridge AS and A-Level Arabic Language 8680 reading and writing paper, it's honestly one of the most misunderstood arenas out there. It's a grueling 1 hour and 45-minute match. And you know what examiners report literally year after year? Candidates stepping onto the field without a proper game plan. They're just kind of mistake motion for progress. Well, today we're fixing that. We are doing a full championship game film review to break down exactly what the examiners, who, let's face it, are the ultimate referees here, are actually looking for and how you can clock maximum points right before that final buzzer.
So take a deep breath. If you're feeling that exam anxiety, don't sweat it. We're going to conquer this paper systematically. Here's our playbook for today. 1. The pre-game scouting report. 2. The method mark playbook. 3. The halftime adjustment. 4. Our interactive drill workshop. 5. Examiner traps. And finally 6. The championship recap. Let's just dive right in. Okay, Section 1. Pre-game scouting report. Assessing the players. You know, to figure out how to win, we really need to look at how different candidates actually play the game. So let's introduce a couple of test subjects we've scouted from past exam seasons.
Let's break down this matchup. On one side, we have player 1, Alex. Now, Alex plays heavy defense. They definitely know the syllabus. But man, they overthink it. When faced with a heavy 15-mark question zone, Alex just kind of freezes up. They totally lack the open-ended essay speed you absolutely need to finish that 1 hour and 45-minute paper on time. Then, on the other side, we have player 2, Sam. Sam's a fast attacker, writes a mile a minute, right? But incredibly sloppy execution on the command words. Sam just wants to get words on the page without actually answering the specific prompt. So what happens when Alex and Sam face those really complex evaluation questions? They both drop crucial marks. Why? Because they literally don't have a structured framework.
And right here is the absolutely crucial mindset shift you have to make. The amateur mistake, the one Sam is making, is aiming for superficial breadth. You know, just writing a massive volume of words and kind of hoping something sticks. But the championship play, what Cambridge explicitly demands in their academic benchmarks, that's analytical depth. The assessment framework for Paper 2 heavily prioritizes logical, structured reasoning over just vomiting facts onto the page. You literally have to prove why something matters.
Moving on to Section 2, breaking down the tape, the method mark playbook. This right here is the core methodology you're going to need to extract maximum points from the examiner's defensive rubrics.
Let's define this central theme. The method mark strategy basically means you earn academic credit through a demonstrable, systematic process. See, in the reading and writing paper, the examiners are watching how you arrive at your conclusion just as closely as the conclusion itself. You're awarded points for systematic processing and evidence-based reasoning. If you just throw down the final answer without showing the logical steps you took from the Arabic text, well, the examiner blows the whistle. Bam! No points.
Think of this procedural framework like a play drawn up on a telestrator. Step 1, identify the key elements in the text. Step 2, apply the relevant syllabus principles. Step 3, execute your analysis with clear working, meaning, you explicitly trace out your logic. Step 4, verify your results against the actual question prompt. And Step 5, present it in the appropriate format. This standardized sequence, it's 100% non-negotiable if you want top-tier marks.
And hey, presentation isn't just about having really neat handwriting. It's a strict convention. When Alex and Sam try to dissect spatial formatting and time allocation, they usually miss this completely. You've got to use proper headings, apply the correct Arabic terminology, select the appropriate formats, and execute clear annotations. Honestly, if you don't structure your response professionally, the examiner literally can't easily award you those method marks.
All right, time out. I'm blowing the whistle for a quick halftime break. Listen, if you want to stay at the top of the league table this exam season and get your hands on more of these elite playbooks, you need to hit subscribe to Ace the Exams at the handle @AceTheExams right now. Make sure you enable all notifications so you never miss a strategy session. Okay, water break is over. Let's get back out on the field.
All right, Section 3, the halftime adjustment, critical analysis. This is exactly where Alex and Sam usually hit a massive roadblock on those really intricate evaluation prompts. So we need a tactical adjustment.
True critical analysis in Paper 2 requires a highly specific comparative strategy. Basically, you must identify similarities and differences equally. But here's the absolute secret weapon: comparative connectives. They are literally mandatory for bridging your ideas smoothly in Arabic. Plus, every single comparison has to be justified with hard evidence from the text.
You can't just say, oh, these two texts are different. You have to explicitly bridge that gap with evidence to draw real conclusions about their relative importance.
To actually execute this, you need the evaluative thinking playbook. The top-scoring candidates, they use frameworks like the Peel formula, point, evidence, explanation, link, to totally clear the path. They question the assumptions made in the text. They consider different perspectives. They justify all their decisions with evidence, and, this is huge, they identify the limitations of that evidence. That is exactly how you prove to the examiner that you aren't just summarizing, you are evaluating.
Moving to Section 4, Interactive Drill Workshop. Look, theory is great and all, but championships are won in practice. So, let's actually apply this method mark strategy right now.
Okay, drill 1, 60-second trend extraction. In the actual exam, you're up against a strict time limit, right? So right now, I'm putting a virtual 60-second timer on the clock in your head. When you face a complex text or table, your job is to extract the data, interpret those relationships, and draw a conclusion before that clock runs out. Ready? Go. Just take a few seconds right now to mentally practice locking onto the main idea of a complex paragraph. All right, time's up. It is all about processing speed and accuracy. The more you run this exact drill during your study sessions, the less that 1 hour and 45-minute time limit is going to intimidate you.
All right, now for drill 2, spot the penalty. Think about this for a second. Why do highly prepared students, like the ones who literally know the vocabulary and grammar inside out, why do they still lose marks on game day? I want you to look really closely at the opponent's tape. The technical error, it's usually not their language skills at all. It's their strategy.
The crucial point here is revealed directly by the referees themselves. The Cambridge Principal Examiner report explicitly states, candidates referencing cross-topic connections achieve significantly higher marks. Bam! That is the ultimate offensive strategy for breaking through the examiner's defense. The syllabus heavily emphasizes that top-performing students exhibit connected, conceptual understanding that transfers to unfamiliar contexts. If you only answer in total isolation, you're going to miss the championship points.
Which brings us to Section 5, Examiner Traps, Defensive Red Flags. So we've looked at our offense. Now let's look at the examiner's defensive traps that are explicitly outlined in their autopsy reports.
Here are the top 3 catastrophic mistakes they warn about. Warning 1, using the wrong approach for the context. Warning 2, forgetting to check your format and presentation. Remember those conventions we talked about earlier? Super important. And warning 3, providing answers that are not specific to the scenario given in the text. I'm telling you, this last one is absolutely the most common pitfall of them all.
The absolute classic trap is writing generic answers. You know, you memorize this beautiful Arabic phrase or some slick analytical point, and you just shoehorn it into your answer regardless of what the prompt actually asks. That is a guaranteed mark penalty. On the flip side, the real championship play is context-specific answers. You literally must link every single point you make back to the specific scenario provided in the reading. That right there is full strategy execution. To make absolutely sure you never fall for these traps, I've got a quick memory hack for you. Just remember the acronym CONTEXT. C is for check formatting. O, organize terminology. N, navigate texts carefully. T, tie your evidence to the prompt. And E, execute your timing. These are the interconnected factors that will totally dictate your performance. Lock this mental model into your brain. Finally, Section 6, Championship Recap and Game Day Prep. Let's pull this whole thing together so you can walk into that exam hall like a seasoned pro.
All right, here is your ultimate actionable game day checklist. Memorize this right now. Number 1, execute the 5-step procedural framework to secure those method marks. Number 2, apply your comparative connectives when doing critical analysis. Number 3, link absolutely every point to the given scenario. Seriously, no generic answers. And number 4, double-check your presentation formats. Look, if Alex and Sam just apply this checklist, they transform from struggling amateurs into top-tier candidates producing perfectly optimized, full-mark answer strings.
You now have the absolute playbook to outsmart the paper and secure the academic credit you actually deserve. But the question is, are you ready to dominate the exams? Don't just let this knowledge sit on the sidelines. Apply these plays today. Make sure to subscribe to @AceTheExams, hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next masterclass. And hey, jump into the comments right now, tell me your current tier and your goal grade. Commit to it. Put in the work, practice those past papers, and I will see you on the field for the next explainer.